Alright, howdy y'all. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be watching Vivek at the rodeo in Fort Worth, Texas, giving one hell of a good American first speech. Let's just get into it. I shortened it.
She seems like she's gotten used to that and doing well in it. That's good. It's good hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, we'll go get one. Yeah, it was.
Thank you. Beautiful out here. It's good to see you guys. How you doing? I love this shirt. Black Lives MAGA. Anybody see that? That's pretty good stuff. I'm not kidding around here. We're in the middle of a war in this country right now. It's not a war between black and white, as the media would teach you to believe. It's not a war between even Democrats and Republicans, not really. It's deeper than that. It is a war between those of us who love the United States of America and our founding ideals, who believe that all men are created equal, and
As Joe Biden would say, all men are created, you know the thing.
Endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights. Among these, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those of us who believe in merit, in free speech. Those of us who believe that these ideals form the backbone of the greatest nation known to mankind. And we are not going to apologize for it. And the other side of this war is this fringe minority who hates this country and what we stand for. Who believes in group quotas over merit. Censorship over free speech, who believes in apologizing for who we are. Right now, we need to win this war. We need a commander-in-chief who's going to lead us to victory in that war. And in the year 2024, that man is going to be Donald J. Trump, the 47th President of the United States of America.
God bless America.
We need to be proud of this country again. Think about our founding fathers 250 years ago. 56 men signed the Declaration of Independence. We talk about them often. We don't talk about what happened to them. 5 of them were captured by the British and tortured until their death. 12 of them had their homes seized and burned to the ground and ransacked. 9 of them died in the Revolution. 2 of them had their kids die in the Revolution. Most of them died bankrupt, actually. They had their property seized before their death. Freedom doesn't come for free. It comes with a sacrifice. It's not just going to be Donald Trump who's making that sacrifice, and he is too. It's going to be every one of you, every one of us, doing our part as well for this country. And when we face our founding fathers in the afterlife, and they ask us, what sacrifice did you make for your country? We better have a damn good answer for them, and we will. This is a 1776 moment in our country. I don't say that lightly. We fought a revolution 250 years ago. How are we going to get this country back? I'll tell you. It's by all of us starting to speak our minds in the open again. Say in public what you will say in private at the dinner table.
And that's most of the problem with the country right now. Everybody puts on an act because they're scared to hurt everybody else's damn feelings. That's literally the problem. Everybody's getting their damn feelings hurt.
Say it with a spine. Say it with conviction. Say it with respect. But part of respect means you respect your neighbor enough to tell him what you actually think, not some made-up, sanitized version of it. You see, fear has been infectious in this country. Fear of losing your job, fear of getting a bad grade in school, fear of your kids becoming an outcast in this community. We're done with that. End that culture of fear. Courage can be contagious too. It just requires more of us actually willing to stand for truth in this country. Say what is true.
Hell yeah. God bless America.
Don't apologize for it. God is real. There are 2 genders.
And that's hard to believe he has to actually say that. That's the easiest question in the world. If you can't answer if you're a boy or a girl, man or a woman, just imagine if you get a hard question. You're gonna have no life whatsoever. You can't answer the simplest question in the world. You're doomed.
Never thought I'd have to say that one. Fossil fuels are a requirement for human prosperity. Drill, frack, burn coal, embrace nuclear energy too while we're at it. Don't apologize. Reverse racism is racism. An open border is not a border. Parents determine the education of their children. The nuclear family isn't a bad word. It is the greatest form of governance known to mankind. Capitalism isn't a bad word. It is what lifts us up from poverty. There are 3 branches of government in the United States, not 4. And our U.S. Constitution is the strongest and greatest guarantor of freedom in human history. That is the truth. We fight for the truth. We stand up for the truth. That's what won us the American Revolution 250 years ago. That's what's going to win us the revolution of 2024. Let me tell you what's coming, okay? We're going to stand once and for all for the rule of law in this country. I say this as the kid of legal immigrants to this country. That means
if you can't pass the test to know our country's history, you don't belong here. It's that simple. We're taking all these other countries' murderers and thieves, and our country's going to hell.
Your first act of entering the United States cannot break the law. And so you know what? If we've had the largest influx of illegal migration into this country, then you better be darn sure we are going to have the largest mass deportation in the history of this country. That's not racist. That's not xenophobic. That's what it means to stand for the rule of law. Move our own military to protect our own border in this country. Not somebody else's border, it's our own border that we protect with our military. Stop funding sanctuary cities with our own taxpayer money to break the rule of law. Stop funding Central American countries until they do their part to stop this border crisis and end birthright citizenship for the kids of illegals. It does not apply to them. This is how we get our country back.
Yeah, you can't get pregnant and then come here and expect your kid to be American. It don't work like that.
A nation without borders is not a nation. So everybody talks about that one. That's the first mass deportation we need, is the deportation of the millions of illegals who entered this country. They will be returned to their country of origin. But I want to tell you about the second mass deportation that we need. And it's people like Brooke and Linda and the team at AFPI that's leading the way on this. The mass deportation number 2. We need to deport 3 million federal bureaucrats out of Washington, D.C.
Listen to that crowd. These are cowboys. It takes a good bit to get them worked up. Like, they don't just clap and hoot and holler over any little old speech. Old Vivek, boy, he's sharp.
Time to give the deep state a deep cleansing. You want to get in there, you can't reform this beast, you got to get in there and shut it down. Take the Department of Education. You think we need that? No, we don't. Take that money, give it back to parents across this country who get to determine where they send their kids to school. You cannot reform the beast, you have to shut it down. FBI, ATF, CDC, alphabet soup, 3-letter agencies, we're done with it.
And the Department of Education, that's literally a bunch of damn bureaucrats that telling you how to raise your kids. People think that's a bad thing. That every state has the right to govern their own schools. They don't need a federal bureau for that. There's billions of dollars being wasted.
If you can't work for the people for more than 8 years as the president, most of those federal bureaucrats shouldn't either. Let's bring some term limits to the bureaucracy and actually get serious about draining the swamp this time around. Now, I want to tell you that one of the things I've seen in President Trump, he had an excellent first term. The beautiful thing about this election is it is a once-in-a-century opportunity. You don't get this often in American history. The last time it happened was over a century ago with Grover Cleveland. Usually you got a guy who's running against the existing president who'll tell you all the things they're going to do. I'll admit this. I was in that category too. See, I haven't been the president before, but I said, hey, here's what we're going to do versus Joe Biden. But with the nominee we've chosen, the man who's going to be the 47th president of the United States, we have a special gift of somebody who has actually done it. 4 years.
And not only that, Joe Biden doesn't have one good thing to say about his agenda. He's literally Trump's bad, Trump's bad, Trump's bad. That's all he can say is talk shit. And if you want to get elected, you need to be talking about your policies, not the other guy.
Years of closed borders, no wars, and a growing economy. Compare that to 4 years of open borders, closer to World War III than we've ever been in my lifetime, and an economy that is flailing. That is a special opportunity that we have right now. It's a once-in-a-century opportunity to compare the records of two different presidents. But I want to tell you, I want to see that second term go even further than that first term. Yes, we have an election to win, and we're going to win it. But it's going to be because of the work of people here at AFBI and people like this around the country that we're going to make sure that second term goes even further than that first one. That's what the next 4 years are really about.
His first 4 years, the Democrats fought him the whole way. Nancy Pelosi ripped up his State of the Union speech right on national TV behind him. Ridiculous. I can't believe he got anything done when they fought him the whole way and impeached him. Tried to impeach him over the stuff that Joe Biden is literally doing as we speak, persecuting his political enemy. Never before been done.
And if we do, we don't have to be this nation in decline anymore that we've become. We're not at the end of the ancient Roman Empire. I believe we still can be a nation whose best days are actually still ahead of us. As a father of two sons, I say this, we can look our kids in the eye and mean it when we tell them that in the United States of America, you still get ahead based on your own hard work, your own commitment, your own dedication, and that you know what? You are free to speak your mind at every step of the way. That is the American dream. That is what we are running to. And with your help, that is what we will revive to win this war and to save this great nation. Thank you all. God bless you and your families. And may God bless our United States of America. Do not stop fighting until we get this job done. We will save this country and move forward and make our founding fathers proud. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank everybody. Unbelievable. One more big round of applause for the incredible Vivek Ramaswamy.
Thank you.
And that right there is how it's done. If we don't get out and vote, all these people, believe it or not, everybody says the election was stolen, which it totally was, in my opinion. But a lot of people still voted for Joe Biden. A lot of them. All these people out there on food stamps and welfare, they're going to vote for him again. They think that they're just getting free shit. This is a land of the free, not land of the free shit. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and like it. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. I thank you.